All right, Aries. Well, happy birthday. I know some of you had your birthday in March, but happy birthday. Welcome to your solar year. So more so than January, we should really be paying attention to our solar year beginnings, because it really is a year of beginnings. And I really say that because in your recent past, which I'm going to interpret as after the spring equinox on March 21st, this is a new beginnings. So you have, you're definitely taking that energy in your recent past and pulling it on forward. So welcome to your new year. It's time to really start manifesting and pulling in the energies of what you want to manifest and build. And so let's get started. First off, swift messages. This is it just speaks for itself. I mean, wands are indicative of fire signs in general, and they're a card of new beginnings and growth and development. And this is a card of swift beginnings and development, and lots of messages. So you should be expecting lots of communication and lots of messages coming to you in April. And what's crossing you is the Page of Cups. And this is a card of, the pages are always cards of message, of somebody bringing or messages coming to you. It just determines what type of message. So Page of Cups is really a very supportive person or supportive energy that's going to be surrounding you, and it's coming to you, and it is it's going to be an emotional type of message. I mean, not emotional in terms of you're going to be really happy or really sad, but this energy is a card of service and giving and emotional fulfillment. And so that's going to be it could be a water sign. I'm not sure. You actually have a lot of swords here, so it could very well be an air energy as well. But it's going to be new messages, and someone's going to be there, and they're going to be wanting to assist you and support you emotionally. And it's going to be very light and warm and fun energy, and it's going to be fast because it's crossing this, so it's going to be quick moving energy. Now what's grounding you is the Eight of Pentacles, and this is a card of hard work. So you have been manifesting, and you've been working hard, and you're going to continue to work hard on in your work. You could be working hard in your relationship, and I know this is a love reading, and you could have been putting a lot of energy into your relationship or somebody that's in the periphery. If it's a new relationship, or if you're just starting to date people, you've been putting a lot of energy and work into that, as well as your career, and it's going to be working out because there's a lot of good messages coming towards you. So whether it be from air sign or water energy, that remains to be seen. But it looks like it could be, or somebody that has a lot of that, people that have a lot of energy around in their natal chart. But regardless, that's the foundation, and what's grounding this month is work. You're going to be working. You're going to be working on your relationships. You're going to be working in your career, and there's going to be a lot of messages flowing back and forth, most likely between the two of love and career. So I know this is a love reading, but this is you have been putting a lot of energy in, and it's going to pay off. Now, what's crowning you, before we go into that, what's crowning you is the Moon, and this is a card of internal feelings. It can be a card of stress and worry, but don't worry too much, because there's lots going on. Here we have water again, but look, these animals are all looking forward. They're going to go through the gates. So if you've been frustrated and worried, or if you've been having dreams, you're going to be pulling out of that. Now this card is crowning your month, so that energy is going to be flowing through. So you're going to be internally working things working things out, and stuff and messages are going to be flowing through you. Just continue to look through the gate, go through the gate, and you're going to be turning out okay. And I say that because of the King of Pentacles here. So internally, though, there's going to be a lot of emotions going on in you, and it could be that you are working very hard on your relationships and your career, and it is going to be affecting you because fire signs, and specifically Aries, they're action oriented, they're doers, and they like to do work. And they don't like to work so much on the internal emotional well-being. They just like to go out and do, because that's how that's how you get your satisfaction, and how you feel successful is by accomplishing things and accomplishing tasks. But take this time and sit with these emotions, because sometimes you need downtime, and you need to do that in order to move forward. So in your recent past, though, we do have the Ace of Swords, and aces are always new beginnings, and there's been a lot here that's being given to you. And so if you are in a relationship, it's been going really well. It's most likely a newer relationship, or if you're in a long-term relationship, it's going to be in your recent past, it's kind of come together again, and you're being very connected, and there's a very strong feeling there of kind of new beginnings within the relationship. So take this in the recent past and be grateful and happy for it. It's a very fruitful card. And I don't know if there's anything else I want to say to that, since it's your recent past and stuff's going to be changing and moving all along throughout this month. Now, in your near future, you have the Four of Swords. I think I said Ace of Cups here. I meant Ace of Swords, if I said that. If I said Cups, I meant Ace of Swords. You have the Four of Swords, and this is a very contemplative card. It's a card of, again, kind of dreams and figuring things out, and thinking about a situation. So I don't think anything is wrong. You're still, can you see that? You are still figuring stuff out. So it's kind of a card of solitude. That's really the word I'm looking for. It's almost kind of a card of like the Hermit, where you're going to be being by yourself and figuring things out in kind of a dreamy state, which goes right along with this card. So this is going to be in your near future. This is crowning your month, and you're definitely pulling this through the month. And it could be very well that you have been working so hard, and maybe so much information and messages are coming to you. Maybe you're dating and there's lots of people around, and there's all this stuff coming to you, and you just want to sit and do your work and work on the relationships. But it also can be very draining for Aries when there's so many people needing things from you and communicating things to you. You kind of need your downtime to process it all. And that's what you're going to be doing. And here too, because this is how you're viewing the situation. And this is a card of, this is the Six of Swords. And this is a card of taking a trip, a card of going someplace to kind of process and get grounded again. So you're kind of leaving murky and rough waters and going out into kind of going on an emotional, thought-provoking journey to kind of find yourself again and get back into your good and amazing self that you are. So there's a lot of stuff happening this month, and you're tired. You're tired and you need a break to figure this stuff out and get back to yourself, is what I feel like. There's all this action and there's all this work and this new beginnings, and you just need a little bit of time to process it. So that's really going to be kind of the theme of April, is you processing this information and taking the relationships and taking the messages, and not just running with them. You are going to really take them very seriously and really think internally about if it is what you want, and if it is where you want to go with somebody or with a bunch of people. And yeah, you're really going to be thinking this whole month you're going to be thinking. You're going to be going out and having a lot of fun, but you are going to be thinking. And how they're viewing the situation, if you are in a relationship, a long-term relationship, or even if something's starting new, but it seems like it's going somewhere and it could go somewhere, you're remaining very internal and guarded. And I say that because of this card. You're remaining very internal and guarded, and you're not exposing all of yourself. You're being very guarded with your thoughts and with your emotions, and that's a good thing. It's just keeping them on their guard, and they're sitting here in a judgment position, and they're getting ready to make a decision whether to stay or whether to go or move forward or continue communicating. And they're going to be really analyzing you. But it's good, because sometimes when you're not so forthcoming with everything and you are taking care of yourself and taking care of your emotional self, it kind of keeps people on their edge of their seat, and it almost makes them want to continue being there. And so they're going to be making a judgment, but you're definitely keeping them on their toes, and they're going to be kind of trying to figure you out, which isn't bad. It's not bad at all. You just are taking care of yourself and your emotional well-being, and you need to keep doing that. And you do. You're worried you're doing it too much, but you do. Take care of yourself. And people come and people go, and you can't give all of yourself sometimes, because you're doing your life. You're doing your life, and you need to take care of yourself. I know I keep saying that. I'm so sorry for continuing to repeat myself, but that's really what you're doing, and that's really the theme of this is go out, have fun, accept messages for what they are, and accept the fun-loving energy that is here, and the new beginnings that are here, and the new beginnings that you had ending March. But take care of yourself. And people really respect you when you do decide to take care of yourself and not give all of yourself to them. They actually, at the end, really, really respect you more than they do otherwise. If you're just going with every, flying by the seat of your pants, just doing everything just because you like to be out doing stuff. Oops. So that's how they are feeling. This is how you're feeling. And then again, this is your hopes and fears, and this is the Four of Pentacles. And this is a card of you are kind of guarded. You've been working very hard. And so the things that you have manifested over the last few months and the last short while, you are keeping that to yourself. And you actually might, since this is your hopes and fears, you're hoping, I think you're actually hoping that you can keep it to yourself, but you're also afraid that if you do, it's going to impact the situation for the negative. And don't worry about that this month. I think this month is a month of taking care of yourself and taking what's being given to you at face value, and don't read too much into it. Just take care of yourself, continue working. Don't be so guarded with all your emotions though either. I mean, don't hold everything in, but you're just mostly going to be taking care of yourself and figuring things out and where you want to stand. And just know they're also trying to make a judgment about the situation, and that's okay. They can. Let them. I really see this is definitely you. This is definitely you. This could be a water energy or someone that has a water energy. There's a lot of air energies in here. And I keep saying these are you, and they are, but they could also be indicative of someone else that is in your life that has a lot of air energies to them. And then you kind of you're working, and this is your success, and I'm viewing this as you, but there's also earth energy here. And I think that really is you staying grounded with your emotions and your work. But they're also on the periphery, could be someone that is earth energy around you also. And the reason why I say that is because your outcome for the month is the King of Pentacles. And this is my battery's dying. This is a very grounded and successful person and energy. And they've worked very hard. but they're also very humble. And I kind of use the word grounded and humble simultaneously, because they're a very humble person, but they've worked very hard for what they have. And that's the outcome card for April for you. So there very well could be you working hard and being successful, but there also could be somebody in your periphery that has a lot of air and earth qualities to them. And which is actually makes sense, because earth signs can be very judgmental, and so they actually are not judgmental in a bad way. I mean, it obviously can be bad, but I'm just saying they definitely look at the whole situation and they definitely form an opinion about it. And that is very well could be what's going on here with some sort of an earth sign. As you know, death is not a bad card. It is the card of endings, wrapping things up. I'll show that to you closer. My battery's dying, but most death cards aren't so dark and dreary. But he's holding something close to him. Let's see what this says. Natural, timely endings, release, and liberation. Something has reached a natural ending, and there is substantial and irrevocable change in the works. This change may be inner or outer, but most likely both. It's timely and natural, but there may be much resistance to it. Leaves fall every autumn. In the spring, the trees are green again with new leaves. Make room for the new in your life. Let go of the old, lovingly, gently, and willingly. So this is really a month. I'm not saying that relationships are ending at all. This is not saying that relationships are ending. This is just saying, this reading is really saying that an energy is ending. And you really need to take some time to yourself and really let go of something. And it's going to bring about all of this joy and all of this firm, sturdy, loving abundance in your life. And if this is a person that is deciding to leave, let them. Take care of yourself, continue working, don't get worried about it, because there is a joyful and abundance for you in the near future. It's the outcome of the whole month. So just take care of yourself. If something needs to end, let it. Because you know what? If you let it end and you're focusing on yourself, there's a very good chance that they're going to be coming back anyway, if you're talking about a relationship ending. And there's a lot of communication going back and forth with you this month. At least in the very beginning, there's a ton of communication. So you're working stuff out, but it's not heavy stuff. It's not heavy and dark and dreary. It's light, fun energy. It could be a lot of communication around work. It could be you're dating and you're going on you're having all sorts of communications with lots of people. But as the month progresses, you are going to need some time to yourself. And you might be still letting something go from a past relationship, and that's okay too. Maybe this is the month where you finally decide and you finally have worked through it enough that you're really letting it go. You may be releasing it in your dreams, and you may be just contemplatively, slowly releasing it. And you may be afraid to release it because you're afraid of what's on the other side, but don't be. This is abundance and success and happiness and fulfilling energy that you have.